Benvinguts, benvingudes. This is l'Alternativa. Summer has finished. The sun's already weaker, the days shorter. And here we are again, back to routine. The bills keep coming in. It's hard to make it to the end of the month. And when you turn on the news, it's all war, doom and gloom. Ukraine, Gaza, Eurovision boycotts. The feeling that the world isn't exactly the safest place to be in right now. World War III around the corner? And then there's the small stuff. You've forgotten which day they collect the rubbish. Was it Tuesday? Thursday? It doesn't matter, you missed it anyway. Is your car new enough to get through the low emission zone? Did that speed camera just flash at me? Or was it a reflection of that setting sun? Did you say 30 kilometers an hour? Those cyclists are passing me on the inside and going faster than that. But you know what? On the other hand, you're back home. You're safe. And what's better, you're alive. And more than that, you want to live, to love, to have fun, and why not to listen to music and have a laugh? So you know what? Here we are, your favorite English radio show, L'Alternativa. We're back for our third season and can't wait to get this off the ground. Let's go. Welcome to L'Alternativa on Girona FM 92.7, the best English language show on the radio and available as a podcast on the Girona FM website. Bon dia, bona tarda, bona nit I benvinguts a tothom al millor programa d'anglès in Girona. Hello, this is show number 1 of our third year on the radio. Time flies, eh? Released on Friday the 19th of September in the great year of 2025. It's our first show after the holidays and the first show in our 25-26 season. We are here to bring you the energy, the vibes, and the love for great music. So let's get this show on the road. As always, we're taking you on a journey through time with a sweet selection of songs. On today's playlist, we have the likes of the Beatles, David Bowie, U2, and many, many more. So put your tray tables up and your seats in their upright position. Don't touch that dial, turn up the volume, and get ready for another hour of fun. I'm your host, Ryan Martin O'Shaughnessy. Thank you so much for joining us. And as always, I'm joined by the best team anyone could ask for. Avui, I com sempre, amb l'Arnau Vila, el control tècnic. Moltes gràcies, Arnau. And I'm delighted to have once again in the studio the literary genius, our Shakespearean friend and collaborator of L'Alternativa, the splendiferous Abby Jones.
Thank you very much. Delighted to be here.
Oh, it's so good to have you back.
Yeah, it's great to be back. How are you guys?
Yeah, I know. I mean, what a summer. It's been a long time since the end of June that we haven't been back here.
I know.
I'm already trying to work out, how the show works, how the microphone turns on and off and everything. But
we've forgotten everything, guys.
I know. How are you feeling? You ready to hit the routine again?
Yeah, I think so. I've got a good load of energy, but come back to me in about 6 weeks and it might be different.
Yeah, it can be rough, hey? They talk about la cuesta de enero after the Christmas holidays, mainly economically speaking, but la cuesta de septiembre.
Yeah, I mean,
tough.
After having such fun and, sort of for us at least, a good month of holidays and being able to travel and do cool stuff, and then it's back to routine, as you say, but we'll get through it.
It's tough. So, have you prepared a word for me today?
Oh, of course, this is what I do. I mean, no, but today, There is a sort of theme. I mean, I think you might even know the word, but just because it's a beautiful word.
Let me give a little bit of background for the new listeners.
Oh, yes,
new
true.
Listeners. Being the wordsmith that she is, Abby's going to give me a word and not tell me what it means. Hopefully, I can somehow use it in a sentence nicely during the show, and then I win. Otherwise, you win.
Well, indeed. I mean, well, we're all winners because we all get a new word to learn.
Excellent. So, what have we got?
We have the word today is halcyon.
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 All right,
So,
you might need to spell that for me.
That is Halcyon.
Y-O-N. Halcyon.
Indeed,
I don't know it.
Ooh, it's a beautiful word. So, any ideas at the moment, or not at all?
I've got to say, I have absolutely no idea right now.
I can give you clues throughout the show then.
I hope you do. I hope you do. Okay, well, very soon our first song is coming up. But before that, let's open up our Rolling Stone magazine and have a look at the headlines from the latest music and entertainment news. That's right, this is where you hear some news. Now, the legendary punk poet Patti Smith has recently graced Girona's Auditori de Congressos last night and the night before, giving the fans 2 unforgettable nights. Now, of course, she's known as one of the most iconic and influential female figures, and not only female, but just outright figures in rock history. And I believe I was unlucky enough to not get tickets.
Yeah.
They weren't cheap, by the way, Patty, in case you're listening. You might want to lower your prices a little bit. But I've been told that she delivered a spellbending set of her classic hits, including songs from her groundbreaking 75 album, Horses, in her signature poetic storytelling style. And for those lucky enough to attend, they also tell me that it was one of the best concerts that they've seen of her. Other people who have seen her live, she doesn't get old.
Right, no, that's fantastic. I mean, I actually did see something when I was in Colombia over Christmas, and there was some of her poetry connected with trees.
Yeah.
I wish I could have seen her in concert, but unfortunately, like you, no tickets.
Yeah, we asked for an interview, but we didn't get an answer.
Oh.
So, yeah. Now, apparently, Elton John has had his old kneecaps baked into jewellery. Tell me more.
Well, apparently so, and he's done something quite unusual. After his double knee replacement surgery earlier this year, he has kept his old kneecaps, which is, I mean, you know, what you do. Normal, right? And then he asked famed jeweller Theo Fennell to use them in custom gold jewellery. Mm-hmm. So they baked the kneecaps to dry them out, and they kind of turn porous, like a sort of pumice stone.
Okay.
And then they treat them so they can be polished and shaped. So the Rocket Man was seen showing off one of the pieces, which is a gold and diamond pendant made from...
I've seen the photo.
Oh, yeah.
Have you? It's got a hole in it. Very quickly. It's about, I don't know, about 10 by 10 centimetres. It's all covered in gold and jewels, and it's got a hole, that's where it's held up.
I mean, it's quite unusual, isn't it? And just one thing, it does have an engraving, like the necklace is engraved with a Latin phrase, which means, I will no longer bow to any man, which is cool. But what does that have to do with kneecaps?
I don't know. I mean, I guess you need a kneecap to bow.
To kneel.
To kneel. Well, he's probably done a bit of that, but we don't want to go there.
Ryan.
That is one way to make sure that he's still standing. And what's coming up in the cinema?
Oh, yeah. So a new trailer's out for Springsteen, Deliver Me From Nowhere, which is a film about Bruce Springsteen during the making of his 1982 album, Nebraska. So Jeremy Allen White plays Springsteen. Jeremy Strong plays his manager, John Landau.
Jeremy Strong is from what was that awesome series, Succession?
Oh,
you didn't watch it, did
you?
No,
I'm a bit rubbish with series,
okay.
I have to say.
He's great.
But the film looks at the moment when Bruce chose introspection over big arenas, and just a 4-track recorder to tell his story. So,
okay.
And you've got other people in the cast as well, like Stephen Graham, who recently won an Emmy for his performance.
Oh yeah, we'll talk about that soon.
But yeah, so that's in October.
Okay, Deliver Me From Nowhere, coming to cinemas in autumn. I'm in because sometimes the loudest truths come from the softest sounds. And now, what else what should we be looking out for on streaming sites?
And Damon Albarn and the Gorillaz have officially announced their 9th studio album, The Mountain, set for release on March 20th, 2026 via their own label, Kong. The 15-track album features a diverse lineup of collaborators, including Sparks on the lead single Happy Dictator, as well as Idols, Cara Jackson, Yasin Bey, Johnny Marr, Black Thought, and others. So the album was recorded in various locations worldwide, including London, Mumbai, New York, and even Syria.
If you're empty and abstracted and your broken heart is full of rage, in a world of fiction, I am a velvet glove. I am your soul.
All right, very cool. I love that one. That was what we're listening to now. And now we couldn't not mention the recent Emmys. First in music, Abby.
Indeed. Well, Theodore Shapiro has won the 2025 Emmy for Outstanding Music Composition for a series for his work on Severance, which that's his second win in this category, beating strong contenders like Andor and Cobra Kai.
Yeah, Cobra Kai. Now, some of the other big highlights from the Emmys were, of course, The Pit, which took home the Best Drama Series. Did you used to watch ER back in the day?
I did not, because I'm a bit squeamish, to be honest with you.
Well, that was in the 90s. That was massive. And the same actor, Noah Weil, has won Best Lead Actor for The Pit, which is kind of going back. Now he's like the George Clooney of the hospital.
Okay.
Best Comedy Series was The Studio.
Right.
And that has earned 13 Emmys in total.
That's a lot of Emmys.
And now the Best Limited Series, Adolescence, absolutely swept. That with also Best Writing, Best Directing, Acting Awards for Stephen Graham, like you just mentioned.
Yes.
Erin Doherty, Supporting Actress, and of course what we've all seen, 15-year-old Owen Cooper, the youngest ever winner for Best Supporting Actor in Limited Series. Did you see him on stage as well, collecting the award?
I did not, but I just know that it was a thoroughly deserved win. In the sense, I mean, he was incredible. I did watch this miniseries, and it was so incredibly powerful.
Yeah, on Netflix, I believe, Adolescence. That's a big recommendation from here. And also, I saw a little clip where the actor Owen Cooper, he kept talking about Jake Gyllenhaal, how that was his favourite actor, and
really?
he'd love to meet him, and they did this thing where they're fake interviewing him, and then Jake comes in from behind and like gives him a hug, and he almost burst into tears.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. Best Lead Actress in a miniseries was Christina Milioti for The Penguin. Best Lead Actress in a Comedy Series, Jean Smart for The Hacks. And Best Lead Actor in a Comedy Series, Seth Rogen from The Studio. All right. As promised, it's time for our first song. No need to introduce the Beatles, of course, with a little help from my friends.
What do I do when my love is away? Does it worry you to be alone? How do I feel by the end of the day? Are you sad because you're on your own? No, I get by with a little help from my friends. Get high with a little help from my friends. Gonna try
doesn't need a little help from their friends, the Beatles. That was Ringo on the mic from the legendary 69 album Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. Alright, welcome back, people. I've been thinking about that word of the day, halcyon, and I'm trying to do some word association, and I'm not getting anywhere.
No, well, I'll tell you what then, because it's actually a bit tricky, because you know how sometimes we have words from Latin, you can kind of normally guess where it comes from, but this is actually Greek.
Okay.
So that might
all
not
Greek
be...
to me.
Of course. So, no, it might not be helpful, but if I don't know, maybe if I tell you that...
Is hell the sun?
No, that's like Helios, but if I give you, I don't know, you're not really into bird watching, are you? Because I was going to say it's
I like a bird, like any other man.
It's a type of kingfisher, which does have something to do with the Greek legend, but unless you know the Greek legend,
okay,
that might not help.
All right, we'll just put that one on the back burner for the minute. So we're all back from our holidays. I had a great time. I was in Ireland.
I was going to ask.
I've got to just go out and say it that I recommend, if anyone hasn't ever been to Ireland, to go there. It's so beautiful.
Whereabouts were you exactly?
So we flew into Cork on the south, and then we probably did what most people do, is what's called the Ring of Kerry. So basically, there's a big peninsula which goes down to the southwest. There's a couple actually. And it's very typical to do the whole route and go around. We hired a car, but we arrived at the airport and we went to pick up our car, and they said, "Oh, sorry, sir, we don't have the car that you booked." And I thought, this is, like the worst way to start a holiday.
Very stressful.
So we've upgraded you, he said.
Oh, that was a bad place to pause. Like, come on.
So we got this amazing hybrid automatic car. And we cruised the coastline all the way around. The people are so friendly. The scenery is amazing. It's all farmland, sheep, cows, cliffs.
Oh, I mean, I would like to see the cliffs, because are these the famous ones on the sort of like the
up
west?
north are the cliffs of Moher. Yeah. But Kerry also have their own cliffs, which they're very proud of, and I highly recommend them as well. And I think we get so used to the Mediterranean here, where it's fairly calm. It can get a bit rough some days. But what we forget about are tides.
Yes, because they don't really have them here, do they?
No.
So, true. So did you get any wild weather? Or?
Towards the end of the trip, we got a little bit of rain, which is totally expected. Yeah, we did the whole route. I won't bore you with all the ins and outs, but we ended up in Dublin, as always, as you should do.
Quite.
Visited the Guinness factory.
Naturally. How could you not?
Yeah, that was the best pint of Guinness I've ever had in my life.
People do say that. People do rave about it.
Apparently Guinness doesn't travel. So the less travel time, the better.
Okay. There must be some sort of chemical meaning to this. Like, do we have a chemist who can help us with this? Like, why?
Let us know. Yeah, I don't know, but it was absolutely delicious. If you're a Guinness fan, then I think it's a must.
Was it a bit expensive going into the museum or the
I can't remember. I think it's about €30 to get in, do the tour. It's a bit of a self-guided tour. It explains, the whole process, their whole marketing side, which is huge. Okay. And you wind your way up to the top, where you eventually find your pint waiting for you.
Well, as long as it's a nice
It was absolutely fantastic. I'm looking forward to hearing about your summer and your destination of recommendation, but we'll get to that in a second, because before that we have another recommendation, which of course is your book recommendation. Alrighty, love that intro, and that just made me think, and just a reminder to all of our new listeners and old listeners, if you are not following us on Instagram, then please do. Alternativa Radio on Girona FM. We would love to have you follow us so you can keep up to date with all of our segments and news. That said, take it away.
Indeed. Well, as you can see here, in the studio, so listeners, sorry for this, we'll get a photo. This is a book called The Old Drift by Namwali Serpal. First published in 2019, and she's a Zambian author, and I was trying to just push myself because I don't read so many African authors or people, they tend to be more European based, so I'm trying to sort of push myself. And I cannot tell you how blown away I was by this book. So firstly, it was Sir Pel's debut, and it won 4 awards, including the Arthur C. Clarke Award in 2020. Secondly, this is a mix of genres that kind of shouldn't work, but it does. So it's set in Rhodesia, Zambia. We start off in the very late 1800s to modern day times, and it combines historical fiction, elements of fairy tale, epic, and science fiction. And it brings everything to a very satisfying ending.
How does she,
blend it all together? I don't know. She's a magician, Ryan. She's a magician. Because it really is. And it's 3 families over 3 generations. They're brought together over this one event back in the, when it starts.
Yeah.
And it sort of trickles down. And we've got the grandmothers, the mothers, and the children who kind of really tell the story. And also, sandwiched between each part is a chorus, and you think you know what the chorus is or who is narrating or what is narrating, so that's a clue. But then just at the very end, it twists it a little bit, and it's like, oh, I was not expecting that. I got so excited, and I've been dying for someone else to read it so that I can talk about it.
Yeah, and have you found anybody yet?
Actually, yes. One of my friends who grew up in Malawi, she's bought it. She's now reading it, so I'm waiting for her to finish it, and then we can discuss it.
Excellent.
But it's a chunky book, 600 pages-ish, just less, but I was so hooked I finished it in under 3 weeks. So it goes from love and family relationships, post-colonial politics and cultural identity, to innovation and uprising. Its scope is breathtaking, so please, please, please read this.
Wow, what a recommendation to start off our first show of the 3rd season, The Old Drift by Namwali Sir Pel. Excellent, thank you so much. And now we're going to continue on. We're going to take a coffee break. It's time for David Bowie. Is there life on Mars?
God-awful small affair to the girl with the mousy hair, but her mummy is yelling no, and her daddy has told her to go, but her friend is nowhere to be seen. Now she walks through her sunken dream to the seat with the clearest view, and she's hooked to the silver screen. But the film is a sad thing for she's lived it 10 times or more. She could spit in the eyes of fools as they ask her to focus on sailors fighting in the dance hall. Oh man, look at those cavemen go. It's the freakiest show. Take a look at the low man beating up the wrong guy. In the best-selling show, is there life on Mars? It's on America's tortured brow that Mickey Mouse has grown up a cow. And now the workers have struck for fame, 'cause Lennon's on sale again. See the mice in their million hordes, from Ibiza to the Norfolk Broads. Rule Britannia is out of bounds, to my mother, my dog and clowns. But the film is a sad thing for, 'cause I wrote it 10 times or more. It's about to be writ again, as I ask you to focus on sailors fighting in the dance hall. Oh man, look at those cavemen go. It's the freakiest show.
David Bowie's Life on Mars from his 71 album Hunky Dory, which also features the hit song Changes. Alrighty, we're back, and I'm still with that word of the day, halcyon. Halcyon is an adjective.
It is an adjective.
Like a sense of something, like
Yes.
Zion. I'm thinking Zion, spiritual kind of feeling.
Not quite that.
Like
it is
a-
sort of what we were talking about.
Like a nirvana kind of feeling. That's what I get.
Although it's a pleasant thing.
Okay.
I mean, you kind of mentioned something quite similar right at the very beginning in your speech about how. I don't know if this is giving it too much of away, but sort of like talking about summer days.
Okay, like just being relaxed and in peace. Would that be?
There is an element of that, but there's something a bit more as well. So close.
This is the classic. This is classic, Abby. You're making it way too difficult from the beginning. Okay, so we were promised also a destination recommendation. I talked about Ireland.
Yes.
Which again, I'm just going to shout out to the whole country. So good. But please. What have you got for us?
Oh, well, so very, very recently. I mean, I did spend the whole summer kind of travelling about the UK, which is always good.
We've heard about the UK.
It's always good, though. But a friend and I, we decided that we were going to hop across to a very interesting destination, Sarajevo.
Wow.
In Bosnia. So that was amazing. I mean, we were there for 4 days.
They weren't the bad ones, were they? Were they the bad ones?
No, they were the
victims.
ones that, no.
Okay.
So it was...
Was it Serbia, the bad ones?
Yeah,
Sorry,
I mean,
Serbia.
it's quite complicated, but essentially,
Anyway.
if you're going to like boil it down...
Yeah,
but, I mean,
I boiled it down way too. Anyway, please continue, Sarajevo.
Not at all. No, it's a very interesting place, and I do highly recommend it, because even though it's very difficult at times because of this history and the genocide that happened there, and they do have a couple of genocide museums and galleries, and I'm not ashamed to say that there were tears shed that day. I mean, it was very hard to see. There was video footage, I mean, photographs, and it's important to go to these places, because it can't all be fun and games and going to nice restaurants
and swept under the rug like
Absolutely.
all of that. I mean, that happened in our lifetime, so I would definitely remember it.
Yeah. I mean, we would have been, I mean, I don't know, kids, but we would have heard.
Don't tell them how old we are.
Sorry, it's a
I
secret.
might have already given it away.
But no, it's important, and the thing is as well, because we can relate it to what is going on right now in Gaza. So, I mean, there were many flags actually, or messages from Bosnian people, because
solidarity.
they know what it's like, and it's awful. However, I've got to say, just even though it's important to talk about this, it's also important to say that there's some wonderful places, and it's a mix of, for example, we saw Jewish synagogues, we saw mosques, Orthodox churches, all in the same area. It's a beautiful old town. It's where Franz Ferdinand was shot.
which caused the First World War.
So there was a museum for that, and just to go back to the Bosnian War, there was you could see buildings that still had the sniper bullets in the buildings. So whether they're preserving that for historical reasons, or whether it's, because we did hear that there was maybe not enough funding to sort of fix up these things. So it might be a mix.
I know in Dublin, in the post office there on O'Connell Street, which is where a lot of people were, hiding. There are bullet marks on that building, and they're kept to remember.
Yeah.
So that could be a possibility.
We have to just remind ourselves.
Yeah. But were you able also to enjoy the culture, like the modern culture, the food, the atmosphere? What's it like?
It's very relaxed, although it's interesting because a lot of places in the old town at least don't serve beer.
Right.
Because I think Islam says that you can't have alcohol, so which isn't a problem. You just you drink yogurt instead.
Okay.
Like that was an interesting thing for me to learn. I mean, we did go to one restaurant which was amazing. It was like up on this massive hill, so you've got to go up in sports gear practically, but or take a taxi.
Yeah.
And it was this great restaurant, beautiful indoor area, like a garden, had vines, like grapes growing up there. And we had the spit roast lamb, which was just incredible.
Wow.
And
Sounds good.
I will say, this is a bit of like, ooh, look at, we could have bumped into a celebrity, because on their wall, they had photographs of, people like, and I'm not kidding, Samuel L. Jackson, John Cleese, I think it was also, was Robert De Niro there, or Al Pacino? I can't remember, but they had like this wall and photographs of celebrities going, and I was like,
wow,
really? Well, like it felt so random, because, I don't know, Sarajevo doesn't seem to be this
and I
hugely
believe
popular.
that prices are compared to here
Compared to
quite cheap?
here, they are quite cheap.
Okay.
I mean, we had lunch. This is the lowest kind of thing, but we had it for just approximately sort of €5.
Oh wow!
But I mean, more usually, it's sort of, I don't know, maybe €15 per person,
Okay,
which is
and
still cheap.
Flights, I believe, were very cheap from Girona.
From Girona.
And accommodation too. So
Yes, I
great
highly recommend
recommendation.
it.
You're full of recommendations today.
I know, it's been such a good summer.
Okay, let's see what's going on in Girona.
¿Qué pasa a Girona?
I'll tell you, que pasa? Some great live music, of course, and today we're going to be highlighting the Festival Miro Rock, which is underway, of course, at La Sala La Mirona. It kicked off last week and it continues over the next 3 weekends. Tonight, Friday 19th of September, Silver Flame Mr. B and the Big Kaboom, the Mob Rollers, Acid Ulrich. It's a fiery start with some psychedelic rock, funk rock energy and surf rock flair. So check that out. Tomorrow, 20th of September, Sober, Morpheum and the Mother Crow. A heavy-hitting night of metal and stoner rock. Next weekend, Friday the 26th of September, Inadaptats, Cream, Lesbook, so it's more punk and hardcore, and Terrassa's all-female band Lesbook promise to rock the night, and there will be a DJ closing off with a electronic music set. And Saturday the 27th, we've got 10 Years After, Laura Cox and Handsome Jack. It was more of a blues rock finale. So I highly suggest jumping online and getting your tickets now while you can. Also, some awesome shows coming up, so please support your local venues at venues like Sunset Jazz Club, and McKernan's Irish Pub. They always have great acts, so whatever your taste, there's plenty happening over the next few days. Check out the official agenda at girona.cat/agenda, and also don't miss the meetups. We know that Girona Conecta has its meetups. I'm sure they've started their new season already. And Girona International have their famous karaoke nights at Duplex. They started last week and it looked like it kicked off the season with a bang. If you want to meet someone new, join in some organised activities. There's also plenty to do with Girona Buddies. They organise board game nights, music sessions, language exchanges, and so many other things. So jump online and join one of their groups and check out all of these people on Instagram and us. Anyway, let's continue with another great song, Don't Stop by Fleetwood Mac.
Open your eyes, look at the day. You'll see things in a different way. Don't stop thinking about tomorrow. Don't stop, it'll soon be here. It'll be better than before. Yesterday's gone, yesterday's gone.
Welcome back to L'Alternativa on Girona FM 92.7 from the classic 1977 album Rumours. That was Don't Stop by Fleetwood Mac. Okay, welcome back everybody, and this is not a very halcyon moment for me right now because I have no idea what the word of the day means.
Oh, okay. Shall I put you out of your misery?
Please do.
You almost had it. You were so close though.
Yeah.
So halcyon means it is a pleasant, idyllically happy time, but it's talking about like past times, past
Okay,
summers maybe. So
okay.
it's like, summers were always golden in the halcyon days of youth. So you're looking back with kind of like rose-tinted glasses. Of
Okay,
not
yeah,
exactly
the good old
same,
days.
But the good old days, but it was like beautiful, and you always remember it, it was a jolly good time.
Okay, so a pleasurable time, but specifically remembering the past.
Exactly.
Okay.
I mean, it really comes from something that it used to mean that it was a break, like a lucky break in times of not war but adversity or something. So you just had like a little break in the middle, and that was like sort of a halcyon days. But then it obviously changed its meaning linguistically
Sure.
to something just in the past. These happy
All right,
golden
there
days.
you go, people. Halcyon, that's your word of the day. Halcyon. Now, we had some sad news this week, didn't we? Because one of the greats from Hollywood passed away, Robert Redford.
Indeed. No, it's very upsetting, actually. I mean, he was 89, so it's not an unusual age to go. But I don't know. I mean, did you watch any of his films?
We grew up with Robert Redford, didn't we? I remember him when I was young, and he was already old,
Yeah.
Like, he was the old guard, say, back in the good old days of the 60s, 70s, 80s. But I remember him moving on to becoming a director.
Yes.
And then I know that he was one of the big promoters of independent films with the whole Sundance Festival.
Exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. So he did a lot for the community. I mean, like the Hollywood community, but also just in general, because I mean, you're right. I mean, just hopping back to films, I remember him. I watched with my dad. I watched what was it? Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid.
Yeah.
I mean, and
That's a classic.
It's a classic, isn't it? But it's got some great lines. But also The Great Gatsby, and I really I know that they remade The Great Gatsby with Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think maybe because obviously I saw Robert Redford's version first, I think I still prefer that one. I don't know.
Yeah. So, R.I.P. Robert Redford. But I've got something written down here which I don't quite understand.
What's that?
So there's something about a sea slug.
Oh, yes. So during the break, I was sort of mentioning something that I read in local news. And they had to close a beach in Tarragona, Tamarit, I think it was, because they saw the first blue dragon sea slug, which was spotted there. And these are actually, they're kind of tiny. They will fit in the palm of your hand.
Right. But you don't want them to.
You do not want them to because, well, I'll tell you why you don't want them to. So this is a venomous little sea slug, and it's venomous because it eats things like the Portuguese man of war, for example. So it takes those venomous cells and it stores them. So if you come into contact with it, touch it, it can potentially give you a very nasty reaction.
I always like to remember the difference between venomous and poisonous.
Yes.
Venomous means if it eats you, you die. Poisonous means if you eat it, you die. Well, you always die.
I mean, you always, like if there's something that's poison, but if it's venomous and it's either it's going to like
that's
sting
gonna
you,
get
bite
you.
you.
Exactly.
But yeah, when people say something is poisonous, I'm just dying inside.
Yeah,
'cause
but a
like,
lot of times we get that mixed up. So this is a venomous sea slug, and what can happen to someone if it does? Attack you.
Well, I mean, I don't think it's attack. It's just kind of like flopping about. But I mean, if you touch it, it might kind of
React.
not attack, but react. Yeah. And I think it'll just maybe on the lower end of the scale, it'll just give you like a nasty itch or something.
Yeah, rash.
But obviously, if there was like maybe a swarm? Is it a swarm of sea slugs? I don't know.
Swarm.
It might be. Who knows? Then obviously it could
pack.
be a pack of sea slugs. I don't know.
A flock?
A flamboyance. I know a flamboyance of flamingos,
Oh,
but
yes.
I don't think that's for sea slugs.
The murder of crows.
Indeed. But yeah, so just we have to be careful about
watch
that.
out for those blue dragon sea slug.
Exactly. With
Wow.
warming temperatures, this could be a new thing.
Okay, brilliant. Well, let's move on to our one of my favourite segments of the show. It's time for the album of the week.
Album of the week.
This week on L'Alternativa, we're diving into one of the most iconic albums in rock history, U2's 1987 masterpiece, The Joshua Tree, starting with Where the Streets Have No Name. Recorded during a time of political tension and personal reflection, this album perfectly captures a sense of longing, spiritual searching, and wide open landscapes, both musically and emotionally. From the haunting beauty of With or Without You to the urgent energy of I Still Haven't Found What I'm Looking For. And the anthemic, of course, this one, Where the Streets Have No Name. Every track is a journey. It's an album that defined a generation, cemented U2's status as global rock icons, and still resonates decades later. So get ready to listen closely, sing along, and rediscover the magic of Joshua Tree, our album of the week.
See the stone set in your eyes, see the thorn twist in your side.
This is, of course, With or Without You. The Joshua Tree is one of the best-selling and most influential rock albums of all time. Upon its release, the album was an instant critical and commercial success, debuting at number 1 in both the UK and the US charts. Critics praised its epic soundscapes, emotive lyrics, and the band's ambitious exploration of American culture and politics. In terms of sales, The Joshua Tree has sold over 25 million copies worldwide, making it their best-selling album to date, and the album also won 3 Grammy Awards in '88, including Album of the Year, cementing its legacy. And now we're going to move into one of the standout tracks from U2's The Joshua Tree, a song that captures both longing and hope. I Still Haven't Found What I'm Looking For showcases Bono's impassioned vocals, the Edge's shimmering guitar, and a gospel-tinged chorus that lifts your spirit with every note. Again released in 1987, The Joshua Tree has become an instant classic and topped the charts around the world. Let's take a listen. I Still Haven't Found What I'm Looking For.
I have
I still haven't found what I'm looking for from U2 as we celebrate the album of the week from 1987, The Joshua Tree.
We've come a long, long way together.
Alrighty, and we're back. The show's almost finished, but we've got time for one more segment because our mutual friend Joe told me that you guys went bobsledding.
Well, I mean, going bobsledding. No, what happened is it was this abandoned bobsled track in Sarajevo. So you have to go up the cable car,
Right.
which is very cool because
Yeah.
you get the views of the city, the
Yeah.
mountains, which are incredible, by the way. Very green, pine forest sort of thing. So you go up the cable car and you get to the top, and you go to a restaurant. You can have a beer there or whatever. And
Oh, there they sell beer? That's nice.
there they sell beer, yeah. And there was, so in 1984, they held the Winter Olympics. So just before the conflict broke out, they held the Winter Olympics. And they had the bobsled track. So now it's abandoned, but it looks so cool because it's kind of very grimy with lots of stuff growing on it, but also they use it for graffiti.
Yeah.
And you can just walk all the way down,
Wow.
or all the way up. if
How
you prefer.
wide is a bobsled track? Like,
Oh,
could you
gosh.
fit? Is it you know, like, could you touch both sides with your two?
I think if you reached out, you could. Yeah, I mean, it's not very wide, but I mean, it was wide enough. For example, if there was a person walking down and a person walking up, you could pass with no real
Yeah.
issue.
Okay, wow. I think I've seen some people like skateboarding it.
Yes.
Would that be
yes.
possible?
I think it would be. You'd need to have like a good run and make sure no one was at the bottom. I did actually drop my water bottle and it was like started rolling down. I was like, no, stop. And there were these two Australians who wanted to they had a drone. And so they were trying to get
okay.
like one of those drone videos down a bobsled. But there were a lot of people, so I don't know if they got
Yeah.
like a clean one, if that's the thing. But
Yeah, just on another note, you know, that actually kind of annoys me when people use drones. What do you
the
think?
noise is very irritating.
Isn't it?
I was not impressed.
It's like this huge mosquito
Yes.
lurking over your shoulder. You're like, what is that? And then you see some
Exactly.
guy looking at a screen with
Yeah.
some headphones
And
on
it's
or
like,
something.
Just enjoy it. Just like enjoy your time there without having. I mean, I don't know. I suppose if they're.
And they were Australian.
Oh yeah, I mean, like,
Redonkulous. Okay, well, that's us almost done and dusted. Thank you so much, Abby Jones, the
Yes.
co-hostess with the
oh,
mostest.
thank you, full jollification.
As always, you have been listening to L'Alternativa, the best radio program in English in Girona. Thank you for joining me, and I hope to have you back next time. We have time for one more song, and as always, we're going to go out with a bang. This is the hit by Caesar's Palace. Jerk it out. Enjoy and rock on. Adeo.
I'll be running circles around you sooner than you know. A little off center and I'm out of tune. Just kicking this can along the avenue, but I'm alright. It's easy once you know how it's done. You can't stop now, it's already begun. You feel it running through your bones. jerking.